Assalamu alaikum. Physical quantities and measurement. In this chapter, we already discussed about physical quantities, measurement of volume, measurement of area, and density. Today, we will discuss about the measurement of density and speed. Before proceed to today's lecture, let's revise what we already learned in this chapter. We started from the physical quantities. Physical quantities are those quantities which can be defined or measured. Physical quantities are further divided into two categories: fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Fundamental quantities are 7 basic quantities. For example, length, time, temperature, mass. And derived quantities are area, volume, etc. Derived quantities are those quantities that can define in terms of fundamental quantities. After that, we discuss about volume. First, we have to know what is volume. Volume is the amount of space occupied by an object. Its SI unit is meter cube. We also calculated volume in centimeter cube or liter. So that we can convert it. We already discussed how we can convert. And now measurement of volume. Suppose you have to measure the volume of liquid, then you, with the help of measuring cylinder, you can calculate it very easily, or measuring container, which we already seen, which generally have milkman have milk container. And suppose you have to measure the volume of solid. So then suppose you have to measure the volume of regular solid, then you can calculate it very easily with their specific formula. Suppose you have to measure the volume of any cube, then you can just have to multiply length in 3 times, length into length into length, then you will get the volume of cube. Suppose you have to measure the volume of cuboid, then you have to multiply length into width into height. So now suppose you have to measure the volume of a regular solid. In this case, you can use measuring cylinder again. In this case, what you have to do, you have to dip the substance whom you want to measure the volume. Suppose I am showing you, suppose I have to measure the volume of this stone, and suppose this is the measuring cylinder. I am marking it here. This is its initial volume, and when I dip this stone in this, then you are able to see that its volume is increased. This is the initial volume and this is its final volume. When we subtract, then we get the volume of that substance. And then we discuss about measurement of area. Suppose you have to measure the area of any regular shape, then you can easily calculate it with the help of the specific formula. For example, suppose you have to measure the area of a square, then you have to multiply side into side. And suppose, actually first you have to know what actually the area means. Amount of space covered by a closed shape, and its SI unit is meter square. Suppose you have to measure the area of a small region, then you can calculate it in centimeter square. And suppose you have to measure the area of large place, then you can calculate it in hectare and kilometer square, and then you can convert it in SI unit, and what we already discussed in earlier. Suppose you have to measure the area of irregular shape, then you have to use centimeter square grid or graph. Now, what you have to do, you just have to put that irregular shape on the graph and count the number of square covered by that